our main talking points quickly, and we're talking about governors kicking against President Buhari's executive order that was signed sometime last year, I think late last year. So let's look at this.
You know, when they say that when the cat is not home, the rat can play. You know, the president has been away now, and the governors are talking. I mean, none of the governors ever opposed E10, or the executive order 10 when the president signed into law last year. You know, I'm not very surprised that yesterday, after meeting the governors, they now had another parley with a visiting French minister, and after that parley, Simon Lalong, chairman of the Northern Governors Forum, on the instruction of the chairman of the Governors Forum, Kayode Fayemi, spoke to the press and said that nobody can stampede them into implementing E10. Let me read for you executive order 10. One key provision. A key provision of the said E10 seeks to enforce financial autonomy of the legislature and the judiciary of the states. It is a power given to the Accountant General of the Federation to deduct from the allocation due to a state from the Federation account any sums appropriated for the legislature or the judiciary of that state, which the state fails to release to its legislature or judiciary, as the case may be, and to pay the funds directly to the state's legislature or judiciary concerned. This is why judiciary workers are on strike. You know, since the president passed this order, the state governments, of course, have not been paying these monies to the legislature or the judiciary. In some states, even the local governments, you know, and the accountant general can do nothing because the accountant general is hired, you know, on the devices of the executive governor, you know. And it's another executive order takes effect immediately. I mean, when President Biden came to power, he signed almost 20 in one day. Effective immediately. They took off, you know, but not in Nigeria. For 1 year now, the president has signed E10, not one governor. You know, and it was on the basis of that judicial workers were tired, you know, of this attitude of governors holding the judiciary by the grip, you know, by the vices of their grip all the time, and will never, you know, I mean, the governors are so excited when they buy cars for judges. It happens all the time.
But they're spending their money for them.
Happens a lot in Lagos State. Yes, they are spending your money for you. You know, this is something that the judiciary can handle by themselves. Funding, first line charge funding for them, and they manage themselves. It's granted, that order is granted in the Constitution. It was also reinforced by a court judgment in 2014. The president now signed an executive order last year to make it happen. Yet the governors are not accepting. Look at the reasons Governor Lalong gave yesterday for saying. He said that, for instance, they will not be stampeded, that autonomy doesn't happen in a day, that you take time and certain conditions have to be met before the autonomy can be implemented first, that there must be an agreement with the stakeholders. He's talking about an agreement, Governor Lalong. And then he also said that there must be, for instance, a service commission already in place to implement that. You know, it's just giving excuses. What the state governors have been doing, they have been foot dragging, as usual. They don't want to release the legislature and the judiciary financially. They like to hold them in their grip. When the allocations come from the center, they grab everything, and at their pleasure, they distribute and disburse what they want, you know, to the judiciary and to the legislature, and in some cases the local government.
And they make it look like they're doing something great.
Yesterday, Governor Wike said he hasn't touched one kobo of local government funds, and it's hard to believe him. He needs to bring evidence, because we know that completely. You know, the local governments, you know, are all held by the jugular, by the state government, and then this has also gone on to the judiciary. The state executive control the judiciary completely. They fund them. They don't fund them when they don't want to fund them. They do the same thing to the State House of Assembly. So the president signed this executive order last year, you know, to remove that bottleneck. It's still not been removed, and the governors are defending it. In spite of the fact that if you drag it now, they are saying we cannot be stampeded into implementing it. That it was an unnecessary order. This is an order signed by an executive president, an executive
order. Unnecessary.
This is unnecessary, you know. And at the moment, I do not think there's anybody that can reply to the governors, you know, because the president is not in town. On Monday, during a meeting in Sokoto, Attorney General Malami, and I'm sure that's why the governors had to meet quickly. He said that we can no longer delay this. That Malami said that there's no going back on the implementation of E10. We'll begin to make the conditions necessary to implement Executive Order 10 as signed by the president in May last year. I think that's why the governors have met. And again, they have rejected it, like they did last time the president signed it. and they're saying that they will not implement it, they will not be stampeded.
If I may ask, why are they adamant? Why are they hell-bent on making this work?
Yeah, because they haven't had executive power. When you think you understand,
they're used to having, gathering all the money.
One of the things that an executive will do when it gives financial autonomy to the judiciary and legislature is it will make governance and good governance, be embedded in these systems.
Yeah.
And it will probably end the recklessness of the executive government.
Exactly.
When they know that they cannot, break down the neck of the judiciary anymore, or break down the neck of the local government officials, or even the legislature. It reduces the powers of the governors. But again, it makes good. It's an important part for democracy.
So not letting this happen is like, they're the lifeblood of the judiciary and, the legislature.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
The state legislature.
If I do not give you the money you need to run yourself, you come to me all the time. And at that time, I can be reckless with you. That's what the governors are doing. They're all the same. When the president signed E10 into law, it looked like some soft restructuring, so to speak. And I was surprised that the president is really interested in ensuring financial autonomy for these other arms of government. But for 1 year now, it hasn't been implemented. And I'm wondering how far the presidency can go, or using the Attorney General to enforce this. But with those comments by the AG on Monday, I'm sure there's a plan. And that's what the governors are again opposing. When we begin to solve our problem in this country, we have to look at the governors too. All the time we blame the president, but we also have to look at the components of the states. The state governors themselves, most of them are too powerful, and you can't really break them down, and they are champions of bad governance.
Oh dear.
All right, it's time to read your message.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more, leave a comment, and like. Thank you.